Oh, sorry, got a little carried away there, but that's what gaming does, right? It pulls you in. Which brings us to today's topics, esports logo. Just like in gaming, having a strong logo can be a game changer. How your logo looks will be the key to stand out in the crowd, especially when you are in esports team or wanting to launch your own gaming brand. Hi everyone, welcome back to Din Studio. It's me again, Zaki, your go-to expert for all typefaces and design. Today, we are diving into the exciting world of esports logo design. A strong logo makes all the difference. From fierce mascot to bold fonts and dynamic shapes, we are going to explore what makes an esports logo appealing and memorable. So, without wasting any more time, let's get into it! Alright everyone, before we jump into designing the logo, we need to get some inspiration first, right? So, let's head over to Pinterest. Look, most esports logos have two main elements, illustration and text. They often feature a fierce character or mascot. The font used are typically sharp, bold, and memorable. Most of them are displayed sans serif fonts that give that modern and powerful vibe. And if we take a closer look, most esports logos are emblem shaped. Why emblems? Well, because they make the logo look solid and compact, making it easy to remember. It doesn't always have to be an emblem though. Look at this one. For example, it's not emblem shaped but still looks strong and impressive. So, we can basically explore shapes that fit the theme or brand identity. Okay, we've got some ideas from our reference search now. It's time to find the right font. Let's head over to dinstudio.com. Just go to the font section and select Sports or Esports. Look at this, such cool fonts for a sports theme, aren't they? These fonts will really make your logo stand out in the competition. For this logo, I'm going to pick a few font options that I think will work well. Gamerock, Spartan, Esporte, and Calvera. Each of these fonts have that bold and strong character, perfect for an esports logo. We'll try each one and see which fits best. Now, on the most exciting part, selecting the colors and the font. We are going to use this color combination for the color palette. Bold, contrasty, and stunning colors like this will look fantastic in our logo design. We downloaded some fonts from dinstudio.com, remember? So let's have a look. We've got Gamerock, Spartan, Esporte, and Calvera. These fonts have a powerful character that would be great for an esports logo that embodies fierceness and spirit. Next, we create a new document with the size of 2000 by 2000 pixels. Alright, we insert the previously made illustration, and we will make the illustration as our logo's main element. After inserting the illustration to our artboard, let's reduce the transparency to make it easier for tracing. And never forget to lock the layer so that the illustration stays where it is when we do the outline. It's time to make the outline. Just following the illustration here, we set the thickness to 15. Now, to speed up outlining, let's combine the pen tool and shape builder tool. This method is more efficient and allows you to complete the details of the character's outline faster. In this part, we don't need to connect all the lines manually, because later, these lines will be expanded into shapes. This is a practical way for us to arrange each element without the hassle of editing them one by one. Okay, now let's do the tracing on all the outlines in the illustration. For your information, the reason we choose to create a samurai logo was because some time ago in the Dota 2 esports scene, at the tournament of PGL Wallachia Season 2. There was tension between Team Falcons players and Avulus players. It's very unfortunate that such an incident could happen. Maybe if professional players could better control themselves, but in the game and in real life, such incident could be avoided. Well, back to the tutorial. A samurai character in this tutorial is chosen because it upholds the principle of Bushido, a philosophy that we believe should also be embraced by today's players. Oops, sorry, it turned into a long story. Let's continue with the tracing and we'll speed up this part to make it more efficient. Next, we will create a square shape that fills the background. After that, select the square shape with the outline that has been made. Then remove the outer part using the Shape Builder tool. The goal is to create a shape that matches our illustration. This shape will later be used as the outer outline when the logo is almost finished. Now, we'll go on to shading the outline. We will use the object's characteristic of having no stroke and just filling. This allows us to better estimate the size of the shadow created. We visualize the light coming from the top left, casting a shadow on the bottom right. The shading shouldn't be overdone. Leave some space for light reflection so that the artwork does not blend too much with the background. Let's also speed up this part. After we finish shading, we'll move to coloring. First, we apply the base color to each element. For the division, blue for armor and sword sheath. Yellow is used for the emblem, iron, and some sword parts. Gray for garments and fabrics. Finally, white for the skin. Make sure the color position is below the outline. The outline should always be at the top. This process applies until we add shadow or shading later. We will also speed up this coloring portion to improve efficiency. Now, we move on to the shading stage. We will use a darker color than the base color that has been chosen. Just like the basic technique, we will create the shading using the pen tool. And don't forget, only use fill without outline. The shading is placed in the bottom right corner of each object, following the direction of the light that we have determined in the outline. We will speed up this part to save time. Some shading areas need to be given space for light reflection. The goal is so that the shading does not blend too much with the background. With this, our illustration will still stand out. Well, for objects made of metal, such as armor or weapons, we can add a shine effect. It's easy, just add a few thin lines near the shading we've already done. And this will create a shine effect that adds a realistic touch to the metal. Now, let's continue adding shading to other parts of illustration. The process is the same as before, so we will speed up this part to be more efficient. After shading is done, it's time to add highlights. We create this highlight with white color, especially for shiny metal objects like the horn of the helmet and the katana blade. The method is the same as creating the previous shine effect, but just make thin lines so it doesn't dominate too much. For the final touch, we add a shine effect to the blade of the sword. After the illustration, we continue to add the text under the image. For the font, Calvera is the one chosen here because it fits our logo concept well. Okay, continuing on, we need to change the text here to Samurai Warrior. And then we arrange the position and the tracing space to ensure the text proportion blends well with the illustration. To give a little dynamics in the text, we need to arrange the slope or the rotation using the shear tool. After the rotation is well arranged, let's expand the text. This process is crucial because we needed to modify the text without losing the original form of the chosen font. Next, we add effects to the text using the offset path. We reduce the text size by -6 pixels. After that, we use the shortcut Ctrl+Shift+V so that the object we just cut remains in its original place, and then we do group and compound path to ensure the elements become a single unit. It's time to add a gradient effect to the text background. We create a rectangle, then change its color to a gradient. Place the rectangle below the text layer, then use my clipping mesh to ensure the text blends with the gradient background. Now, we add the offset path in the text to 16 pixels. Then we cut with Ctrl+X and paste back in the same place using Ctrl+Shift+V. After that, don't forget to group and place it below the text layer and change the color to black. Because the black color is still visibly less thick, let's add the offset path again and combine it using Pathfinder Unite. Next, we need to copy the text background, then paste and lower its layer so that it is below the illustration object. And then we click both backgrounds and combine them again with Unite to unify them. After the background is united, we add offset path again, then combine it once again with Unite. Make sure that everything is already united so that we can add a blue stroke to the object. Don't forget to tidy up the lines. Change the stroke to round join so that the ends are smoother, and enlarge the thickness to 7 points to make it more visible. Finally, we group all the logo elements. Arrange their position in the middle, and the logo is ready to be saved. There you go! Samurai Warrior logo design. As you can see, the character brings a strong and fierce personality, the exact embodiment of the competitive spirit of esports. The bold, geometric font is not only eye-catching but also adds a modern, aggressive touch that fits perfectly within the gaming world. Oh, and by the way, you can download the illustration from the link that I've put in the description box. Feel free to use it however you like. Now, what do you think? Would you change anything about this logo? Let me know in the comment below. And if you have any requests for the future design tutorials, feel free to drop them. Before you go, make sure to check out my other logo design videos full of cool design ideas. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep designing and happy gaming. Bye!